My very first Vintage Computer Festival, VCF West 2025. A gathering of fellow nerds that's right up my alley, showing off their collections of vintage computer technology and games. Here is a brief summary of the highlights from this year's event.
My name's Kevin. I'm here showing off my complete line of Atari XL 8-bit computers. And we got the whole complete line that came out from 1982 to 1984. Starting off with the small 600 XL computer, all the way up to the flagship that never was released, the 1450 XLD. Very large, sought-after computer.
Dan Kotke, Apple employee number 12, was showing off his reproduction Apple I with several modifications that he made to it, including getting ChatGPT working on it.
This card here, this was the demo last year. This auto boots basic. It auto loads basic, runs it. This is the new card. This is an MP3 player, so you can use this as a jukebox. You can plug your MP3s in here, which is a funny idea.
There were also some Xerox computers on display. Steve Jobs famously took the idea for Macintosh's GUI from Xerox.
What Steve saw when he visited Xerox was a system called Smalltalk, which let him see that you could have a bitmap screen, you could have a mouse, and you could have pull-down menus. This shipped in 1982.
Oh, that's too cool. There were plenty of Apple computers on display at the show, including several Apple Lisas and plenty of Macs.
So this is my childhood Mac 2 that I learned how to program on when I was a kid. But I didn't have these when I was a kid. Each one of these is a Radius Rocket Stage 2 card, which is essentially a Mac Quadra on a card. You've got a 40 megahertz 68040 here and 128 megs of RAM each. So between this and the host machine, you got over a half a gig of RAM inside this machine.
So it's pretty pimped out from what it was originally.
It is, yeah. I definitely didn't have any of this when I was growing up.
Hi, I'm Steve Brunwasser, and this is the Compact Macintosh Garden. It's my personal collection of compact Macintoshes from the original in 1984 all the way through the Color Classic, which was released in 92.
Some guy also had a Commodore PET set up doing some cool stuff.
You got here, this is really cool. I've never seen a Commodore PET do this before, so you can see it's projecting on the screen.
Every frame it captures, it chops it up into 8 pixel by 8 pixel blocks. Tries to figure out what PET character can be displayed at that location that looks like the source material. Then it sends that block of characters over Wi-Fi to a Raspberry Pi that's connected in the back of the PET.
All right.
And then the PET itself is running an assembly program that reads 1 byte at a time from the user port, and it dumps it straight into video RAM on the PET. And so
very cool.
Updates there.
And I love the shirt.
Oh yeah.
All right, Shaka, When the Walls Fell.
Enchilada Tanagra, of course.
Yes. So, who are you, and what have you got here?
My name's Alex, and this is a original Tierra City Model 1. What it's running right now is just a basically demo of C-Load magazine covers that are basically if you subscribe to C-Load, you would get a monthly cassette, which looked like this.
And that's got the data on it.
And it's got the data on it. It would just have a variety of programs. You never knew what you were going to get. So I wrote this in assembly language way back.
Oh, you wrote this? This is yours?
This is my game. I wrote this personally. Yeah, I sold it to C-Load magazine for I don't remember how much.
Very fun. What year did you write this in?
You know, I don't remember the exact year, but it's got to be like around 1980.
1980.
79, 80, 81 at the latest.
So Alex wrote this program in 1980-ish. If anyone wants to check out the YouTube channel, there it is, Alex's Repair Bench.
Amiga also had a very good representation at the show.
Do you want to come and have a look? Sure, yeah.
This is the Amiga prototype, which they took to CES in January 1984 to try and drum up some investment.
There was also a booth showcasing some computers from the United Kingdom that I had never even heard of.
I'm Steve Crozier. While I live in the Bay Area, I'm originally from the UK, you can probably tell from the accent. All of these computers are from Acorn Computers. And Acorn started off making industrial control systems. They then, as the home computer revolution really kicked in, started making something that was more suitable to go into the home, the Acorn Atom. Additionally, they were subsidised to go into UK schools. These, therefore, led to a lot of revenue for Acorn.
So what years was this?
approximately?
This started around about 82
Okay, so
when
in the
these
early
were available.
80s, kids would have these in their schools.
Absolutely.
Oftentimes.
And ran through to kind of late 80s, about
Okay.
87, 88.
Probably my favorite part of the show was the area where you can buy and sell old computers. Some were reasonably priced, but others were absolutely absurd, like this Sun-branded Sony Trinitron for $650. My only gripe was the owners were usually nowhere to be found, so there was no haggling, which is what I thoroughly enjoyed doing. I decided I had enough old computers, so I left empty-handed. But I am tempted to buy this brand new CRT emulator that somebody made called a Checkmate. It looks fantastic and has all the connections you would ever want for retro systems. There were also people selling old technical manuals and software. My only real gripe was 90s computers were thoroughly underrepresented at the show. I only saw 2 booths showing off 90s gaming rigs, but someone did set up a server for hosting AOL Instant Messenger, which I thought was pretty darn neat. I'm back home now. Overall, I thought it was a really great show. People were super friendly. I will definitely be going back next year. In fact, I'd like to get a group of us together and maybe even do a table there where we can have a retro LAN party in the middle of the show. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.